In this video, I'm going to write random sort. Random sort works pretty simple. You just select two random items of the array, you swap their places, and you hope that the array is now sorted. In case it is not, well, you select two random items of the array again, you swap their places, and hope that the array is sorted now. In case it is not, you select, well, you get the point. You just continue to do this, and eventually the array is going to be sorted. Hopefully, I guess. Anyway, let's try to do that. It'll work, I guess. So first we need a function to do random sort. Wait. With random sort, variable names should be random as well. Let's randomize them. At first, I just wanted to generate random names using random.org, but the problem is that you have to specify a fixed length for the string. So it is not completely random, and that is not random enough for our purposes. So I decided I have to write my own random string generator. Let's do that. Random. Now that I have a function to generate random names, let's use it. Actually, let's do a couple of test runs before choosing an actual names. Like, I will do 3 test runs, to be honest. Let's say random from 5 to 10. I guess one yeah, looks legit. Of course, we are going to remove the leading digits if there are any. So let's continue with our random sort. The random sort will need one parameter, the array which we are going to sort, and we need to generate random variable for that as well. So the first thing to do is that we need to copy the array to make the sort non-destructive. Then we need to make a loop and only do this while it is not sorted. To check if the array is sorted, we'll need a function. So let's generate a name for that. In case it is not sorted, we have to select 2 indexes. And we obviously need names for that. And we need a function to generate random numbers. To make a function, we need a name. It will take one parameter, the maximum value. And for this parameter, we need a name. Autocomplete really helps in these situations. And how did we call this? E68. No, autocomplete works. So to name the parameter of the function, we need a variable name once again. But let's continue with this later and finish our main one first. We need to call the function to generate a random number. And the maximum number is the length of this array. Then we need one more index. Let's make that. And we generate random number once again. Once again, the maximum is the length of our input array. Now we need to swap items at these positions of the array. So for that, we need a temporary variable. And we need a name for that. Autocomplete helps. Yeah, it's a bit of cheating, but I guess it's fine. Cool. We selected 2 indexes, then we saved the one value to the temporary variable, then we copied that one, and yeah, we swapped 2 items of the array. And finally, we just returned the array. Cool, the main function is complete. Now the final thing which is missing is to create the function which checks if the array is sorted. In order to do that, we need a for loop to check if 2 adjacent elements are all sorted. And for that, well, we need a variable name. Now we need to check if these 2 adjacent elements at position this one as UIF, IP, IV, DV, QFCY, and at the position SUIF, IP, IV, DV, QFCY -1 are indeed in the correct order. Let's check that. If the previous element is greater than the current element, then we return false. Otherwise, in case it never happened, we return true. And it should end our random sort, hopefully. The only thing, we should also fix a couple of lines which test the sorting. Now it looks legit. Will it work? Let's test. Running the code. While the code is running, I'm checking if everything is correct. Okay, it looks like this algorithm is way too random for our purposes, and we have to make a slight adjustment. Instead of always swapping 2 elements we selected, we will first check if these elements are in the wrong order, and we only swap them in that case. Let's try to do that. We check that the order of the indexes is the same as the order of the values. In case it is already the same as the order of the values, then this pair is sorted correctly already, and in that case, we just continue to the next iteration and choose 2 other random items. But otherwise, we are swapping them. Will this work? Let's test. Code is already running. Can I stop it? Great! It worked almost immediately. And it actually works. Here is the sort which was done by our sorting method. And here is the sort which is done using built-in sort. Great! So a quick recap of our random sorting method. This function generates a random number up to this value. This function checks if this array is already sorted. And this function does the sorting itself. And it all works perfectly. I will post the link to this sort in the description. I recommend you use it in your production environment for highly sensitive pieces of code. The information in the video is provided as is. Under no circumstances shall the author of this video be liable for any indirect, incidental, consequential, special, or punitive damages or any loss of profits or revenues, whether incurred directly or indirectly in connection with using the information provided in the video, including but not limited to high maintenance costs, low performance, security breaches. Any action you take upon the provided information is at your own risk. Consult with a specialist. Because of the way the code was created, it has some properties which make it hard to read. We call this security through obscurity. It is also not susceptible to timing attacks because of just how unpredictable the timing of this sort method is. So you are free to use it in your production environment, and I will link to this code in the description. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this, and write me in the comments what should I code next. See you in the next video. Bye!